It is time for me to finally go back and check my pull list status again. There's a lot of series that have come to an end. There's a lot of series that have kicked off, and I need to update my pull list on my shop because I went to the shop today and did not have anything on the pull. I had to go get everything by hand. So let's do that on this video. Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'm going to be updating my pull list, and I figured let me bring you along for the ride. So, the way I'm going to do this, we're going to start with upcoming comic books for 11/19. Now, this only includes single issues. So, we're going to go through all the series that I'm reading currently. And I want to, at the end of I've dropped everything from my pulls. I'm using League of Comic Geeks, which you can check out if you want to follow me on there. You'll have the link in the description of this video. So we're going to go through this week. We're going to go a few months out. Normally, a lot of these comic books are you get the subscription out 3 months, and we can start doing that. So let's take a look here and pull up some series. So let me pull up League of Comic Geeks so we can go through this. All right. So we're gonna start with DC Comics. Now, if you're not familiar, League of Comic Geeks is it's a web page that I use to pretty much keep track of a lot of this stuff, including what's coming up for the week. It really helps me plan out what I want to buy for the week and also what I want to review for you guys on the channel. So I will be adding things to my pull list, and then I will be sending this out to both of my shops. I'll split them up, and sometimes I give my shops, like one of my shops, Sanctuary, I give them a lot of the DC and Marvel stuff because that's really kind of what they normally pull. And I'll give my other shop, Titan Comics, some of the indie books because they specialize on having that much of a wider selection. So each of the shops is kind of a specialty, but I love both shops. I've been going to them for years, so I don't want to leave either one of them out. So let's get into it though. We have here the upcoming DC books for 11/19, and we're gonna get into it. So I'm just gonna go back and put in. First of all, I've dropped everything for my subscription list, so that right now I'm not pulling anything, as you can see. And then you can check. You can do the pull series or pull comic. So for a lot of number ones, I may just pull comic. But for series that I'm currently reading, I'll do pull series. So Absolute Flash, of course, we're pulling the series. I love the Absolute World, and we're gonna get into that some more. World's Finest, Batman Superman World's Finest. This is one of the books that I started reading when it came out. Mark Waid and Dan Morris started that world, but so many things definitely has to be on my pull. Catwoman, I'm not currently reading, so we're gonna leave that off. Also, we have DC Marvel Batman Deadpool #1, the continuation of that crossover. I'm gonna click just on the pull item because this is just one issue, so we don't really have to get too deep into there. I'm not reading Justice League Red as it comes out, so we're gonna skip that. I'm also not reading New Gods. I am reading though Nightwing, so we're gonna add that series back to my pull list because for this video I went ahead and just dropped everything. I'm not reading Superman Unlimited. I read the first issue, and I think this is going to be better in trades. I'm not reading DC. I'm not reading Titans, but this is a DCKO tie-in, so I will pull the individual issue. And I am definitely reading Tom King and Daniel Sampier's Wonder Woman, so we're going to pull the series. This is going to be a minute. I'm going to go through some of the major publishers, and also, like I said, go 3 months in advance. So next week, after that, on the week of Thanksgiving, the 11/26. We're gonna pull Absolute Batman, of course we are. We're gonna pull, and I'm subscribing to the series for that. We're also gonna pull Absolute Wonder Woman, one of my favorite series right now. Batman Green Arrow and The Question Arcadia #1. This is a new comic book because it is new and I don't know how much I like it. I will pull the first issue just to take a look at it and remember to pick it up. So a lot of these may not fully go on my pull list at my shop, but it'll be a good reminder for me to pick that up. And then, of course, we're going to subscribe to DCKO, the coolest event. We have DC's I Saw Ma Hunkle Kissing Santa Claus #1. I love these holiday anthologies. We're definitely going to pull that single issue. I am reading Tom King's Detective Comics. Sorry, Tom Taylor's Detective Comics. So we're definitely going to pull that as well. I'm not reading The Flash, but I am checking out the DCKO tie-ins. So we'll add the individual issue. Green Arrow, I was not reading, but it is coming to an end in December. Green Lantern, I'm also not currently reading. Harley Quinn, Immortal Legend Batman, I'm gonna do in trades. But we are reading Justice League Unlimited as a series, not just the DCKO tie-ins. And then we have Justice League versus Godzilla, Superman 32. I am reading the Superman series as well, so we're gonna add that to the pull list. And then we're gonna have Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman. I'm actually reading that in trade, so we'll leave that off for now. All right, now we're on to the first week of December. We're gonna go, like I said, we're gonna do like a month, maybe 2 months, just to make sure I go through everything that's upcoming. Absolute Green Lantern. I am definitely pulling that series as well. I read a lot of comic books, as you can probably tell. Uh, Reading, of course, we had to add Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez's Batman. That should be on everyone's pull list. I did have, and I've been pulling Birds of Prey, so we're gonna pull this. This is the last issue anyway, so we're gonna subscribe to the series just to have it there. Uh, Definitely reading DCKO Night Fight, so we're gonna subscribe to that as well. We have some of these tie-ins for DCKO, which we'll definitely add individually. I did skip Cheetah and Cheshire. I'm gonna read that as a trade, so we're leaving that off the list. Not reading Gotham Academy, not reading JSA, and I'm reading Poison Ivy in the trades, and I'm not reading the Teen Titans Go. So we already have Absolute Batman. We're gonna get two Absolute Batmans back to back. That's incredible stuff. I'm reading Action Comics as a trade. We will get the Aquaman 12 issue because that is a DCKO tie-in. And then from here, we have the DCKO Wonder Woman versus Lobo one shot. So we'll add that to the pull list. And then I'm not reading any of these other. Some of these I'm reading in a trade. So like Batman and Robin, I'm reading in trade. The Court Children of the Round Table also reading in trade. And then also Supergirl. Let's go to the next week. So as you can see, a lot of these are already on our pull list. Of course, we had to add Absolute Superman, which took a little bit of a break because we didn't see it for a few weeks. And then DCKO Harley and Satana. I think these are a lot of repeats. Oh, we are definitely. I mean, I'll subscribe back to the series, but I am pulling every issue of the Kryptonite Spectrum, Superman Kryptonite Spectrum, and then we'll go a couple more weeks for DC, and then we'll go back and do it again for Marvel. But I think this covers a lot of these Absolute Martian Manhunters back, so we're gonna pull that series as well. I'm pulling pretty much everything from the Absolute Universe. This is the last issue of Green Arrow as well. We have Green Lantern 30. Nothing too crazy here that I'm not already reading. Yep. So it looks like we pretty much hit everything. I think. Yeah, there are no more comics here. So, all right, we've gone as far as we can. So let's come back to the week of the 19th, and we'll switch publishers. So what I like about League of Comics is that you can very easily switch between publishers. So we'll look at Marvel books now. Now, my pull list for Marvel is going to be a lot slimmer because I'm reading a lot of these in trades. So let's see. I'm not reading Battleworld or Black Cat. I'm not reading any of the Age of Revelation stuff. I am the first one that we're going to add to the list. I don't know why there's so many books without covers, but the first one we're going to add to the list is Marvel Zombies. Griffin Sheridan, Ethan Parker, and I believe it's I forget the artist. Let me check it out. And Jen Basaldua. Yeah, I know it's somebody that I love their work, but I forgot the name slipped. So, all right, as you can see, I'm reading a lot less Marvel books. Unfortunately, at least I'm reading a lot less Marvel books as they come out monthly. So yeah, none of this stuff. Venom, Star Wars, the anthologies, Uncle Scrooge. Yeah, none of that stuff. So let's go to the next week. So for next week, I'm really only pulling one Marvel book. That's I might buy some more stuff once I'm there. Like I might pick up this. I'll mark this Daredevil Punisher, Devil's Trigger. because I know I'll do a review for the first one at least. So we are at, oh, that didn't change. What's going on? Let me see something. Something's buggy here about the website. Let me refresh the filters. This is a crowdsourced website, so I mean, you know. Okay, so this is the actual week of 11/19. So I guess I was on the wrong. But I'm still not reading any of this stuff other than One World Under Doom. Definitely picking up. This is the last issue of the series, anyways, though. But we'll add it to the pull list. And then, of course, I am reading the Marvel versus Predator, but I'm reading that in trade. I am reading the Punisher Red Band, though, so we'll pull that as well. Spider-Man. I might do a review here of this Holiday Spectacular, so we'll put that on the list. And then, of course, the Ultimates, one of the best series that Marvel was doing at the time. Dennis Camp, Juan Frigeri doing fantastic work. All right. Now we've already gone through this week because it had the wrong dates for some reason. We are going to check out this Doctor Strange #1, so I'll pull that. But just the first issue. I don't know if I'm going to keep going. I am pulling Star Wars Legacy of Vader. Even though I'm reading that as a trade, I'm pulling the single issues because I love Kylo Ren. The Ultimate Universe, 2 years in, we'll pull this issue as well. I am loving Peach Momoko's X-Men, so we're going to pull that series as well. And I think that's all we have for this page. Okay. We're going to probably check out this first issue of The End. I'm not reading. I might have missed on that Infernal Hulk #1. When did the first one come out? Give me a second. Let me check that out real quick. The first one came out on November 26th. How did I not see it? Let's go back real quick to November 26th. Oh, there it is. So I will pull this one, the first issue of Immortal or Infernal Hulk, to check it out and do a review. Okay. Back to this. I'm not seeing anything else. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm reading some other Ultimate comic books, including Ultimate Spidey and Ultimate Wolverine. Gotta pull those as well. All right. I think that's all for this page. We're starting to see some repeat titles. Oh, yeah. I've been pulling Marvel. I've been reading the Anything Moon Knight for a long, long time. So that's definitely on the pull list. I am very much interested in pulling Planet She-Hulk. It's one of the books by Stephanie Phillips. And the rest of this is just X-Men stuff. The Star Wars stuff usually I read on the trade, or on the Marvel Unlimited app. 1776. I haven't even checked out issue 1. I'm not really too worried about that. And of course, we're gonna check out this Will of Doom #1, whatever that may be, whatever fallout this is from the upcoming event as it wraps up. Marvel Zombies, Predator, a new. I can't do it anymore with these with the continuous reboots of the Scarlet Witch book. But we are going to add the Ultimate Endgame series. I believe there's going to be a 5-issue series of how the world ends for the Ultimate Universe. And we're getting probably close. I am reading Fantastic Four, so we're going to pull that as well. That's one of the books that I enjoy very much. Ryan North doing amazing work. And we're back to Wolverine. So Wolverine is back after the Age of Revelation's over. And I've been reading that. Saladin Ahmed doing fantastic work. And I think that's all we have now. We're all the way to January, so we can go a little bit further ahead than that. And then, of course, we're going to pull issues of Dungeons of Doom and Null #1 to check those out. And I think we're pretty good on the Marvel stuff. Let me click one more week ahead, see if we still have any other big announcements. No, it looks like these are just a lot of repeats of the books that I'm already reading anyway. So let's go back and check out Image Comics. So we are here on the 19th, and we're gonna switch publishers. Let's go to Image. Okay, we're one of the books that I'm definitely reading and keeping up with is Everything Dead and Dying from Tate Brumble and Philip uh, Philip Jacob Phillips. Jacob Phillips is the name of the artist. We're gonna, of course, Exquisite Corpses. Of course, continuing to read G.I. Joe. Anything from the Energon universe goes on the pull list. Uh, and of course, I've been reading Undiscovered Country for years. I'm a little behind, but I've been reading that series since the beginning. Looks like this is it for the first week of Image. Uh, I'm not reading this G.I. Joe. I'm only reading the current one. Skinbreaker, one of the other series that I'm also very much reading. And they're of course doing this. I will pull the last issue of the Invisible Men. That was a series that I'm definitely following very closely. Okay, more Image books. I don't see anything else that I'm reading on on a monthly basis. Some of these I will check out the collection, but a lot of this stuff is on the trade weight. Oh, Transformers, another Energon series. I am pulling that. I'm pulling pretty much everything on the Energon universe except Void Rivals. I'm reading Void Rivals in the trade. Oh, Maria Lovette's Artificial. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. I think this might be the last issue though. And then of course, Die Loaded, a series that just kicked off as a recording of this video. I think that covers a lot of the stuff that I'm currently reading from Image. Oh, The Power Fantasy, another book that I'm picking up as well. Monthly, even though I am reading that every arc, but I do pick it up monthly. Sacrificers, a lot of Spawn stuff here. Tin Can Society #1. I will now, once that hits the shelves, I will read it all together. So that's good to know that it's ending next week so I can start catching up. 12/24, the week of Christmas. This looks very similar. Sometimes the website needs to be very quickly rebooted. So select on the image. And then I always take out the variants and reprints, at least for this exercise. So, okay, looks good. The week of 12/31, the last Wednesday of the year. Oh, yeah, Lucky Devils. Almost done with that one as well. I believe that's only 7 issues. Charles Soule. So, gotta pick that up and catch up. I don't see anything else here from Image. So I think we're gonna maybe go one more week and then and Free Planet. Yeah, I knew there was one more. Sometimes these Image series take a little bit of a longer break. So that's why I go ahead so much in the future just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. All right, we got Image done. I wonder, I'm not really keeping track of how many books we've ordered or that I'm adding to my pull list. So let's see. Next publisher. We'll go with Boom Studios. I am reading the Hello Darkness anthology. I'm pulling that weekly. They got a lot of really cool traits. And then, of course, Marion Heretic. If you haven't checked out our interview with comic writer Tini Howard, go check it out. It's great, great time. Great book from Boom Studios. Berserk. We're going to pick up this one shot. I read all the Berserk stuff. Boom doesn't have as many books coming out all the time. I will check out this first issue of Briar Knight's Terror because I love that take. Minor Arcana I'm reading on trade. VR Troopers. I read the first issue. I was never really big on it, but we do have Blink and You'll Miss It, another series from the Marvel Zombies Red Band writers, Griffin and Ethan. And I think we're pretty good. We've already seen. Oh, I guess Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Zord Quest. No, I don't think I'm not a. I like Power Rangers only when they do the crossovers, and we are all the way to January 14th, so I think we should be good there. We can come back. Not a lot of Boom Studios books. That's why I wanted to do this one because I knew it was going to be a little bit more expedient than some of the other publishers. Let's check out IDW. Uh, Reading definitely a lot of their stuff, including Godzilla Starship, KZ Jones, and The Twilight Zone. Oh, one of my favorite anthologies that's come out in like a lot. Not remove, pull series. Don't remove it. Save this. Very cool. Wait, did it do it? Let me see. Unsubscribe. Save close. Okay. I hope it stuck. Shredder, also great book. Dan Waters, amazing stuff. I'm reading a lot of turtle stuff now. Now that the turtles rebuilding their universe, and of course, one of my favorite series, Godzilla from the Kaisei era. Amazing stuff. Not reading Street Sharks, not reading Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I will be checking out the new creative team in the main TMNT series, so that's going to be a lot of fun. 30 Days of Night, The Lost Starship, none of this stuff here. As you can see, it's a lot of TMNT. I am pulling the Event Horizon book. It's really cool, and my shops make sure to give me like the really cool. And then the last book from the same creative team from two previous books, Ethan and Griffin, are also doing Godzilla, Escape the Dead Zone. Big happenings on the latest issue of that. And then, of course, we're going to check out this Battle Nexus series from TMNT. I'm adding the whole series. I don't care. Even if I haven't read it, I'm adding the whole series. It looks like we've gone far enough into the future. We did get Twilight Zones added. Oh yeah, Turtles versus Godzilla, another series that I am pulling. So yeah, all the crossovers, all the shenanigans, Boom's got me covered. So very cool. We'll take a look at the full pull list stats in a second. Once we get through a lot of the major publishers. Next up is Dark Horse. Now I can't go through every single publisher, but I'll go through like the main bigger ones, I guess. From I'm reading The Guy in the Chair, of course. Very cool book from Dark Horse Comics. The Devil on My Shoulder, #1. We're gonna check out that first issue because we always check out first issues. Nothing here. Although Nemesis Forever is a book that I can't wait to trade. Trade weight. Also, Kill All Immortals. Can't wait for that collection. A lot of Dark Horse Comics, I read the first issue and then I check out the collection. You might have seen me do a Magic the Gathering Elspeth review. Okay. Okay. Red book. I'm looking for a Star Wars book that I do want to make sure I add to my pull list. It should be coming out pretty soon. Nothing here yet, though. A lot of these I did reviews for issues #1. Here we go. That's the one I was looking for. Star Wars. Hyperspace Stories, The Bad Batch, Rogue Agent. So another story from The Bad Batch. I love the creative team, but another reason that I'm picking this up is because Lux, the cover artist, I love their work. But this is by Michael Moresi and Reese Hennigan, who also do amazing work on the interior of the book. I will go a couple more weeks just to check out if there's anything else coming up. Oh, the fallbacks as well. I'm glad I kept going. Greg Pak's Dungeons and Dragon book, which is amazing. I've been reading Greg Pak books for over 20 years, and I don't think I'll ever stop. Okay. There's a new Tomb Raider book. We'll check out issue #1. I'm sure our friends at Dark Horse are going to send a review for that. I think we've gone far enough, at least for now, with Dark Horse. So let's get back to it. We'll go through some of the other publishers. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at Mad Cave Studios, our friends over at Mad Cave. I usually read a lot of these first issues and then read them as a trade, but I will recommend Circus Maximus. Is really fun. I will pull the first issue of Our Soot Stained Heart. That sounds intriguing. Flash Gordon, I'm reading in the trade. Speed Razor, I'm also reading in the trade. A lot of these I'm reading in the trade. Oh, what happened there? Took me back to the... Here, let me do a quick refresh on 1210. And we were looking at Mad Cave and remove the variants and reprints. Okay. Oh, so let's go back. It looks like this week was off. This previous week was off. I guess not. Okay. Just making sure. Space Age #1, the new book by um, Kenny. Oh, geez, Kenny Porter. Yes, Kenny. I love Kenny's books, so we're definitely gonna check that out. Let's see what else we got. Gunpowder, Orla, Temporal. It's a lot of man. Mad Cave is doing so many cool books. There's really not enough time to read everything. We're all the way to we're all the way up to January already. So all right, I think that's pretty good. I read, like I said, I read a lot of Mad Cave books. I check out the first issue and then I just wait for the trade. A lot of these stories read so much better. Unfortunately, due to the way that the comic book model works, sometimes you'll get books that are serialized. Okay, looks like we don't have anything for Oni this week, but I'll go through Oni, or sorry, for Titan, which will get the last issue of Rebel Moon Nemesis. Uh, Not a lot of books from Titan that I read, but I want to go through it anyways. I know Josh from the show reads a lot of Conan the Barbarian. All right, we've gone really far into January. So yeah, Titan's they have less of an output, but they still put out really cool stuff. We're gonna check out Oni Press to see what they have. For Oni, I am reading Cruel Universe, which will be, I think, wrapping up pretty soon after either issue 5 or 6, the EC Comics anthology. Shiver of Suspense Stories. We're gonna pull the first issue just to see what's up with that series. Catacomb of Torment. There's a lot of anthology series that they're doing. Skin Police I do recommend, but I do like that. I read that in the trade. Or I'm reading that in the trade. I read the first series in trade. I really enjoyed it. And I think we're far enough into January to come back. Not too many books from Oni, but I mean they do put us. If you like Rick and Morty and Adventure Time and like the Nacelle-verse books with Bikers Mars and the Cowboys from Mumissa, like they give you some fun stuff. Let's check out. We already did Boom Studios. Let's check out Dynamite. Dynamite's always weird because they have like the Terminator and the Disney stuff, but we're gonna add Terminator Metal. Terminator Metal, such a really cool series. Let's see. Maleficent, Supernatural, of course, another book by Greg Pak, and then another book from a franchise that I love. The Terminator, we're gonna pull this one shot. The Terminator, Santa Claus is coming to town, of course. Gotta check that out. Not reading Gargoyles, not reading Sonia. They don't have a lot of books. Like I said, they really focus a lot on the Disney stuff, but I think right now a lot of those series kind of are coming to an end. So yeah, we've gone. I won't go too deep with Gargoyles Darkwing Duck #1. I'll definitely check out that crossover. At least the first issue of that. If it's I don't know if it's gonna be more than one. And I will check out the first issue of Thundercats Lost in Time. Even though it doesn't have a cover, which is weird. Dynamite always has a lot of covers for their books. I think we're very close to wrapping up here. Ignition Press, another one. We're gonna pull Deluge. I believe that's how you say that. That's one of the series that really. I forgot to remove Dynamite. There we go. They don't have a lot of books yet. It's a fairly new imprint, but we're gonna check out the first issue of Arcadia, which I believe was a Kickstarter, and then Voyeur. It's also one of the series that I'm pulling from them. And Arcadia, Deluge, and we'll check out Bloodland #1 as well. Yeah, I'm checking out all their new stuff. Very excited to see what they're bringing. But we're all the way to February. Not a lot of books. I mean, they are fairly new imprint, fairly new publisher. L- the last one I wanted to check out was Distillery, but I don't know when they have a book. Let me go to the next week to see if Distillery shows up. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh yes, perfect. I've read the first issue of Galactic. It is insane. Definitely subscribing to that series. What else we have here? Distillery doesn't put out a whole lot of books all at once, but they do. And I'm also reading Endeavor, Stephanie Phillips, Mark Lemming. Great book. Great story about kids lost in sea. Um, but like I said, not a lot of books at the time. I also really enjoy their collections a lot more, but I think Galactic is going to be a really fun read. So, all right, we've gone all the way to December. So, let's go check out the stats. Now, you can find here the stats are under your profile. And then, if you want to look at your list, you can see here pull list stats. And this tells you how much you're kind of going this week, the next week, this month, how many active subscriptions. 213. Jesus, Lou, that sounds like a lot. Most pulled characters, most pulled writers. As you can see, I read a lot of, I mean, all the DC stuff, a lot of James Tynion books. This is really interesting. Yeah, I don't even have the pro version. I got the free version of this, and you still get so many stats. It's very cool. But what I wanted to see was subscriptions, because this will give me the. Let me see. I wonder. Yeah, I want to only read current series. Yeah. Okay. So we have a lot. It doesn't tell me how many series I have though. I don't think. But from here, I can export it into an Excel document, and then I can use this to send it to my shop. So let's open up the Excel document and we'll see how that works out. All right, so we are at the most exciting part of any video, the Excel document. Now let me see. Let me filter here by. Okay, so these are all coming in the future. So I guess these are all series that I will. Okay, the blanks. So we're gonna filter out the blanks because those are series that have completed, and then this will give me the true number of how many series are. Okay, so I'm subscribed to 64 series. Incredible stuff. All right, so that was it. That was my pull list. I have 64 books that I'm pulling currently. So from this list that I've downloaded into this Excel document, then I'll go in and actually break things down, send those to my shops, and have them update my pull list going forward. So hopefully this video helped you put your own pull list together. Now, I pull a lot of books. I read a lot of comics on a weekly basis, but obviously you don't have to read as many as I do. I'm also reading a lot of things in trade, which I don't really look at here. But every week or every couple of weeks, I look ahead at the trades that are upcoming. You can also filter by trade or hardcover collection on League of Comic Geeks. Maybe I'll do another video just kind of exploring League of Comic Geeks and all its functionality. So let me know what is on your pull list. Make sure to connect with me on League of Comic Geeks, and of course, come back to check out more comic book videos. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.